What's going on, guys? I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School. And I'm not going to be in it for too long, but I wanted to give you some updates on the Black Financial Channel about some stories I just saw today that I'm really curious to see how this is going to play out in financial markets and all that good stuff. It looks like Facebook is dealing with another PR issue. It looks like Mark Zuckerberg's personal security chief, according to CNET.com, has been accused of sexual harassment and making racist statements. Now, the particular racist statement that they are pointing to is the one he made about Priscilla Chan, who is Zuckerberg's wife. But actually, he did make a statement about African Americans allegedly that also got some attention. Of course, they're going to put racism against other groups ahead of black people because who cares about black people? But what they're saying here is that one of the accusers is a former employee of Zuckerberg's household staff, while the other is a former executive assistant to the secretary, or excuse me, to the security chief, Liam Booth. Let me see. Lawyers representing the pair have sent letters regarding the allegations to the law firm representing the companies that provide security and support for the Zuckerberg family. Hey, how you doing, Art? Good to see you, and good to see everybody else in here. I see King of Enigma, Vic FM, Brian Johnson. How are you? Shout out your city. Shout out your city, so I know what city you're coming from. I hope you guys saw Dr. Claude Anderson today. If you didn't, you should come back. He did a great job and gave a really great conversation. Hey, Adrian, how are you? Good to see you. So I'm reading here, and basically, and I'm presuming Liam Booth is the guy that's being accused. They said Mark Zuckerberg's personal security chief. And so here we go. Yeah, they don't actually say that it's Liam Booth, but I think it's him. It's weird how they wrote this article. But the letter accuses Booth, here we go, a former Secret Service agent with pervasive discriminatory conduct, horrific levels of sexual assault, harassment and battery. Interesting. And fostering an environment in which staff were repeatedly subjected to racist, homophobic, and transphobic diatribes. Business Insider reported. The report didn't identify the accusers because they're alleged victims of sexual harassment. One of the letters sent by the law firm, the Bloom firm, alleges Booth made racist remarks about Chan's driving ability in front of the household staffers, saying that she's a woman and an Asian, and the Asians have no peripheral vision, while using his fingers to pull the skin near to the side of his eyes, I guess, like that. I don't know if he was doing this. I guess like that. I have no idea. Booth also made racist comments to the security staffer, according to the letter, saying that he didn't trust black people and that white lives matter more than black lives. Booth couldn't immediately be reached for comment. A spokesman for the Zuckerberg family said an investigation is underway and that Booth is on administrative leave pending the outcome of the investigation. So it looks like Zuckerberg is kind of getting hit with some interesting problems, some interesting PR problems. Now, of course, it got my attention when they started talking about, black people. But then again, though, I honestly am one of those people that doesn't get, my feelings don't get hurt, when I'm thinking about what white people think about us. I assume that other people just don't like black people. Like Dr. Claude Anderson explained to you guys earlier, black people don't have any friends. So it's important for you to kind of understand you don't really have any true allies in America. So let's get that out of our head right now. However, the way people make comments, and when they do actually show their racism, even if it's a little bit, that's actually an opportunity for you to get to see inside of the thinking of these institutions, how the leaders of these institutions think, etc. Now, there's another article written on the Medium that's really interesting by Didi Delgado, and she wrote the title of the article is "Mark Zuckerberg Hates Black People." And what she talks about is black Facebook users having their accounts banned for speaking out on racism. So basically, if you're on Facebook and you talk about racism, there's a good chance you're going to get banned. And she says, as I'm writing this, I'm currently serving 2 simultaneous Facebook bans. I, like many black organizers, have taken to maintaining 2 accounts, a primary and a backup. It's infuriating and tedious, but I chalk it up to the black tax. Since black organizers are more likely to have their account flagged and removed for violating community standards, we had to find workarounds to sustain our online presence and engagement. I agree. I'll say this: once you get to the point where they're really watching you. They do watch you. There are people that are more targeted than others, and I think I'm in that list because I tried that move. Somebody said, "Oh, just get a backup account. You'll be fine." I did a backup account. They banned it within a day. Like they immediately somehow figured out. And I didn't even friend a lot of people. I said, okay, let me just not even associate with the same people. Let me just keep my distance. And literally, that account was gone in a day, and I did it again later. Account gone in a day. So when you're being watched, it doesn't matter. They're still going to be on you. But fortunately, if you're anonymous, apparently there are people that can get away with that. But you know, the thing is that also if you look at Facebook and you look at their diversity record on hiring, I'm sure that if I Google it, right, if I Google lack of diversity in Facebook hiring, let's see what comes up. Facebook's diversity efforts are failing Black and Hispanic women. Facebook has a problem with Black people, former employee says. So they're being accused of racism on a regular basis. People tend to pay attention to sexism more because the feminists have a lot of power. They also pay attention to racism against other groups. Like I really believe that if the man had not said anything about Mark Zuckerberg's Asian wife, it wouldn't have even made it to the press. They wouldn't have cared. Maybe the sexism allegations would have got him, but I don't think saying, you know, that white lives matter more than Black lives, or I don't trust Black people, I don't think that would have got him in trouble. That wouldn't be a problem. So ultimately, Facebook has had a race problem for a long time. It's just that it's not until it affects other people that white media tends to pick it up, because white media is racist. You know, and if you want to look at racism and identify racism, you don't look at what people say, you look at what they do. You know, I can tell you all day that I love Black people and I think Black people are great, but if my actions don't speak that way, then that tells you all you need to know. You need to look at people's actions and not just at their words, because every company has a well-written diversity policy. Every company does. I don't get the most racist companies in America have a diversity policy. Like, oh, we love Black people, we love people of all ethnicities, and blah, blah, blah. And then they don't follow it. You'll go and you'll say, well, wait a minute, there's 40 people in this department, 0 of them are Black, or 1 Black person is in here and they're biracial. You know, you got some light-skinned Black person because you don't like dark-skinned Black people or whatever. And so, you know, the point is that, you know, at the end of the day, I want you to understand this, right? That they just don't look. I don't care if you did go to Duke and got your MBA and all that, you're gonna run into these same issues. And also at the same time, though, I'm telling you, don't spend all your time complaining and whining about it. You got to do something about it. You know, so for Black people, we must empire build. We must, in this generation, commit every resource we have, every person we have, every pick, every shovel, every able-bodied, able-minded Black person should be committed to building. And that means supporting people who are building, or building yourself, or teaching your children how to build. Everybody can make a contribution to the future of building Black America, just like people made a contribution to building the future of China, and China is now a great country. Okay, so that's really, really important. Now, also, in case you want to know, we did create blagenough.com. I wrote it down on a piece of paper so you can spell it. This was our word. We invented this word. We trademarked and got a copyright and a trademark on this word. This is where this word come from? Well, because it's kind of a spin off the term Black enough. Are you Black enough? So this is Blag Enough, right? So so here's Blag Enough. You know, you go to blagenough.com. That's our Facebook for Black people. It's operational right now. We have 30, I think 35 to 40,000 members. We're gonna shut it down soon. We're gonna shut it down very soon, to the point where you can't get in unless you're already a member invites you in. And the reason we're going to shut it down like that and make it invitation only is because we don't want feds popping in there. You know, we don't want bots. We don't want trolls. We don't want people just sitting there to spy. We really need authentic Black people who really want to engage with other Black people and build. So feel free to go join now, but you should probably go and join now, because we will be shutting it down and not allowing people to just sign up, you know, just like that. We're going to actually make it invitation only, because I need quality, not quantity. I don't want a ton of people in there, because we don't have the staff. We don't necessarily have the staff to go in and police everything everybody's doing, and dealing with trolls and all that, you know. So so feel free to go check it out. Let me see here. When I found about Fly Nubian Queen and they turned me on to Blag Enough, I quit Facebook. Okay, about 3 months ago. Wow. Okay, so you quit Facebook to go to Blag Enough full time. Now, one thing we haven't been asking people to do is quit Facebook. We're not asking you to walk away from Facebook. What we're doing is we're saying, just add us to your list of social media accounts. So the same way you have Twitter and Facebook, we're throwing in Blag Enough. Here's how you spell it right here. Somebody type it in, so Aaron and everybody else has it. We're kind of saying, look, just join however you want to join. And if you want to be a Facebook guy as well, that's fine too. But Facebook is really just becoming a worse place to do so social media business for Black people. But then also we got to think about the security risk of our community by having all of us on on platforms that are owned by people who are outside the community. It doesn't mean that you don't engage. It just means you have to have a plan B and a plan C and a plan D. So plan B stands for plan Black. So our plan Black, or is our plan Black enough? And so we got it set up. It's operational. It works perfectly fine. We've got the trademarks in place. We put probably over $100,000 into this. So I'm not asking you to invest in something that I haven't invested in myself. We put a ton of resources into this because we spent a whole year building something that was custom made and it did not work. I mean, there's nothing more infuriating than when you're paying these engineers, $2,000 or $3,000 a week, and you're doing that for damn near a whole year, and they still are sending you stuff that's broken and buggy and all this other stuff. So we said, okay, let's try another solution. So it actually so it actually works. It's fully functional. It works great. And we just want you guys to know about it. Now, some of you are asking about this shirt. We have really, if you're a smart aleck Black person like me, you like getting on people's nerves, we have a lot of cool shirts set up. You can actually go to blackwealthtees.com. That's Black Wealth, TEES, blackwealthtees.com, and you can see all kinds of shirts like this. And this is built on everything I wear. It's stuff I believe in. So I believe that Black people shouldn't get into Democrat or Republican. I think we should just be Black, and that's it. Just be Black, and Blackness, if that means that you might be a Democrat this election, that's cool. If it means you're going to be a Republican next election, that's fine too. Just know that neither party is going to benefit or build the Black community. Let's see here. I really need to speak to you, says Chris. Send an email to manager@boycewatkins.com. That's manager@boycewatkins.com. Just know her time's limited and she's not going to really be able to really give a lot of time to things that don't make sense. When you're running a small Black business and you're trying to conquer the world on a shoestring budget, your time is limited and you don't have a lot of time to entertain a lot of conversations, honestly, of things that aren't, fully functional and moving forward, so it's kind of tough because people think like, oh, you just dissing, you just trying to be mean, you don't want to sit and talk. But the thing is, when you're getting hit up by a lot of people and you got people that you have to feed, people that depend on you, you don't have time for bullshit. You just don't. I mean, I don't know if anybody else in here is a business owner or a boss or a CEO. Tell me if you know what I'm talking about. Like, you really are like the parent of like 40 kids and you just don't have time. Like, I know the difference between something where people want to talk, just yap about all the dreams they have and how I'm going to help make their dreams come true with my money and our resources, right? Versus people who say, okay, we put $80,000 into this project. It's already moving. We're willing to invest. We're willing to make things happen. You put up $5,000, we'll put up $5,000, and we'll make it move forward. Like, it's like little things like that. So you get to the point where you have to be selective about what you do with your time. So, for example, one thing that I do, just a little time management tip for you guys, is I don't talk on the phone. I just don't. I don't. I got time to sit and just chit chat and yip yap. I have a consulting fee if people want to talk. In the fees there, not because I want the money, but because I'd rather keep the time. So if you want the time, you got to pay for it, because that shows me that you're serious about what you're doing. Like, if you're paying $500 an hour to talk, then that means that you got a project that you're serious about, that you're invested in, that's really taking off, that's really moving, or something that you're dedicated to. If you say, hey, I want your time for free, then that's kind of tough. And so what I'm saying for you guys is, when you're building your business, you have to do that. You got to take yourself seriously. Don't let people make you think that because your business is small or new or whatever, that you're just available, or because you're staying home from work every day and you're working on your business, that means you got time to go to the dry cleaners and pick up the mail and go wash the dog. And, like, you ain't got time for that. You're empire building. You're building something great for the future. So you must dedicate all your time to your dream. And your dream may not live. Your dream may not become what it's supposed to be. Your dream may turn out to be, something that doesn't amount to what you want. But one thing I do know is that if you don't put your heart and soul into it, the chances of survival of that baby are slim to none. So that's it. So don't let people kill your baby. That's for sure. How can you donate to the cause? Well, I'm not asking for donations. Actually, I'd rather do a trade, but there are ways to. I think with YouTube, they have a little chat thing where you can actually make donations right in the chat if you want to. I don't really see it in here on the Black Financial Channel, but I'll double check to see if that's there. Also, you can become a patron. of our Intelligent Black Media platform. All you got to do is go to intelligentblackpeople.com. And if you do that at intelligentblackpeople.com, you can become a member of our tribe, the tribe of intelligent Black people. And at intelligentblackpeople.com, that allows you to support what we're doing and help us to market and push our message throughout the world. So hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, please hit the thumbs up button. What do you think of Umar's dirty home? I've never seen Umar. If you're talking about Umar Johnson, I've never seen his house. And if his house is dirty, I don't care. I don't care. Two things I don't care about when it comes to other men. I don't care who you're having sex with, so I don't care if you're gay, straight, or whatever. It don't matter to me, and I don't care what your house looks like, or what or a lot about your personal life. Like that's your life, that's your thing. If there's something that affects me or that I want to comment on, like with Umar Johnson, for example, I gave money to his school, so I had a vested interest in saying something about the school. But outside of that, I don't care. I mean, whatever he's doing with his own life, that's his life. How do I contact you? My manager's email address is manager@boycewatkins.com. That's manager@boycewatkins.com. Okay. So long story short, the last thing I'll say about this Facebook thing is that I'd be curious to see if the walls come tumbling down on Zuckerberg and Facebook. I think that they're getting hit from a lot of directions from a lot of people. I think that this is going to catch up to them. The government is pissed at them. They want to regulate them because they feel they have monopoly power. Also, they're politically biased. The people that get banned tend to be the conservatives and not the liberals. So the conservatives are probably aiming to go after Facebook. Their customers are pissed because they feel that they're always changing the rules and banning people for no reason. Businesses are pissed because you used to be able to build a big Facebook page and use that page and build your business off of it. Now you can't do it anymore because Facebook blocks you from your audience. So Facebook, I talked to a white billionaire one time. He's not always close to being a billionaire. He's worth a few $100 million. He's a nice guy. I like the guy. And what first thing he said, he knows Mark Zuckerberg. He's known him for a while. And I said, what do you think about Facebook? He said, Facebook is evil. He said, they are evil. He said, I've known Mark for a long time and Facebook is evil. And what was also interesting was we talked about, he actually studied what we do in our space. And he said, I like what you're doing because he said, I'm not liberal or conservative because he's more libertarian. He said, what the language you're speaking is a language I can identify with. He said, because Black people are being used and played by the Democratic and Republican parties. He said, the fact that you're teaching Black people and pushing them to own their own assets and own their own businesses and to fight back. He said, that's huge. He said, but just understand when you fight, when you fire your gun and you go charge the hill with your rifle, they're going to shoot back at you. And you need to be ready for that. You need to be ready for the fight. So I need you to, when it comes to you achieving big goals and you setting big, dreams and objectives for yourself, always be prepared for the fact that sometimes life or other people are going to shoot back, but you're tough enough to endure that. Don't sit back and whine. Don't sit back and cry. Don't sit back and say, oh my God, they hurt my feelings, or I built Black Wall Street and they burned it down. You rebuild, you reload, you rearm, and you go back and you counterattack and you keep going harder and you keep going and going and going and until you get what you came for. Point blank, period. No questions asked. No excuses, no receipts, no nothing. You go bury that shit and go get what's yours. That's all. That's the best lesson on life I can give you guys today. That will help carry you all the way to the finish line. Number one key to success in life, really, very basic. Just don't give up. Don't give up. If you start something and you just commit yourself to never giving up, then you will be successful. My father, I asked my dad, I said, what's the secret? Everybody's getting divorced. I said, what's the secret to staying married, 45 years? He said, ain't no secret. He said, I just didn't get a divorce. That's it. He said, I kept coming home every day. That's it. It's literally the consistency factor that matters. So you can't let your emotions all get rattled because things are a little bit hard. It's always going to get hard, but you got what it takes. You always have what it takes. And in case you actually want to join the Black Business School, and we actually have a class on that, on basically motivation and goal setting, overcoming obstacles, dealing with adversity, dealing with haters, all of that. I literally took everything I use in my own life and put it into a program, into a curriculum on how to achieve goals. If you want to go try it out, the first month is free. Feel free to go take a look. It's blackkeystogreatness.com. That's blackkeystogreatness.com. So I got to go. I'm about to go interview my sister, actually. We're going to talk about burnout and job burnout and how it's now been defined as a medical condition. And we're actually going to do that Well, we'll probably record it. I'll record it and load it. I'm not going to go live with that one. But anyway, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button if you, if you haven't done that. And last but not least, if you want to check out iTunes or SoundCloud, the podcast is on iTunes and SoundCloud. And don't forget, with summer coming, we have financial flashcards and financial workbooks for children. So if you're interested in taking a look, go to financialworkbooks.com. That's financialworkbooks.com or financialflashcards.com. Financialflashcards.com. I'm out of here, guys. Take care. Have a good day. And I will see you soon. Take care. Peace.